Welcome to Voices of MCU, where we delve into the depths of wisdom and spirituality. Get ready as we embark on a journey of fostering faith and cultivating leaders. And now it's time for Leadership Unleashed with Dr. John Ughulu, where purpose, faith, and leadership meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to talk about a topic that has never been more relevant. It is the power of inclusive leadership. We live in a time when the world is increasingly interconnected and diverse, and yet many leaders still struggle to fully embrace the diversity within their teams, within their organizations, and communities. But here's the truth: inclusive leadership is not just a strategy, it is a necessity. It is a way of thinking, it is a way of leading, and a way of being that which has the power to unlock untapped potential, to foster innovation, and to create a sense of belonging for all. Inclusive leadership is about more than just diversity in numbers. It's about creating an environment where everyone's voice is heard, valued, and respected. It is a leadership style that empowers individuals from all walks of life to contribute their unique gifts and talents, making the whole organization stronger. And we know that throughout history, there have been individuals who understood the transformative power of inclusion, leaders who recognized that true strength comes from embracing difference. In this speech, I will also explore the biblical stories of leaders who modeled inclusive leadership, examine the wisdom of nature, and also draw inspiration from one of the most revered global figures of the 20th century. First, the biblical foundation of inclusive leadership is by embracing diversity. I want you to write that down. Embracing diversity. From the very beginning of the Bible, we see that God created human beings in his image, each with unique gifts and purposes. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it says, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them." This verse highlights that everyone, regardless of their background, gender, or race, is created with inherent dignity and worth. This understanding of humanity as diverse yet united under the Creator is foundational to inclusive leadership. In the book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 34 to 35, the Apostle Peter makes a powerful declaration about God's inclusive nature. He says, "I now realize how true it is that God does not show favoritism, but accepts from every nation the one who fears him and does what is right." Peter's realization was revolutionary in his time, as it acknowledged that God's love and purpose extended way beyond cultural, racial, and national boundaries. So, as leaders, we must learn to embrace this divine inclusivity. True leaders are those who value every individual for who they are, recognizing that each person has something unique to offer. And by doing so, we not only honor the inherent worth of every individual, but also we position ourselves and our organizations for growth, innovation, and unity. And secondly, we will be looking at the story of Deborah, and that has to do with leading with wisdom and inclusion. One of the most powerful examples of inclusive leadership in the Bible is the story of Deborah, the prophetess and judge of Israel. Deborah was a woman who led in a time when leadership was primarily male dominated. But her story is a testament to how inclusive leadership transcends gender, status, and societal norms. In Judges chapter 4, verse 4 to 5, we read about Deborah's unique position of leadership. Now, Deborah, a prophet, the wife of Lapidoth, was leading Israel at a time. She held court under the palm of Deborah, and the Israelites went up to her to have her disputes decided. Deborah's leadership was not limited by gender or societal expectations. She was not only a spiritual leader, but also a political and military leader who commanded respect both from men and women alike. Her inclusion of others is shown in how she empowered Barak, who was a military leader, to go into battle despite his initial hesitation. Deborah's leadership wasn't about controlling or overpowering others. It was about bringing out the best in those around her, fostering collaboration, and creating opportunities for people to rise to their potential. Deborah's example teaches us that inclusive leadership is not about silencing voices or excluding others. It's about lifting others up. It's about empowering them to contribute to a shared vision and also recognizing the gifts that each individual brings to the table. Deborah's success as a leader came not because she followed the traditional path, but because she embraced an inclusive leadership style that valued and respected everyone regardless of their position. So, as leaders, we must ask ourselves, are we creating opportunities for others to step into leadership regardless of their background or gender? Are we creating spaces where every voice is heard, valued, and empowered to make a difference? Let's ponder on those questions. Let us ponder on them because it is very, very important. Now, thirdly, let's look into the wisdom of the eagle. They soar together. The eagle is a symbol of vision, strength, and leadership. I love to always talk about eagles because they are known for their sharp vision and ability to soar high above storms. But what is particularly remarkable about eagles is that they don't fly alone. Think about it. Eagles often soar in pairs, and when they migrate, they do so as a group. They understand that together they can reach greater heights. This idea of soaring together is a powerful metaphor for inclusive leadership. An eagle does not limit its flight to only its own capabilities. It partners with others to achieve the goal. In the same way, inclusive leadership recognizes that the strength of the team lies in its diversity and unity. In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verses 9 to 12, the Bible speaks to the power of unity, where it says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. And just as the eagle soars higher with the help of its mate, leaders who embrace inclusion create environments where people help one another. They create environments where people lift each other up and work together to reach greater heights. So I want you to ask yourself right now, as a leader that you are, wherever you are you allowing your team to soar together? Do you recognize the value of collaboration where each person's strengths contribute to the success of the whole? As leaders, we must move away from the idea of individual success and embrace the power of collective achievement. Now, let's look at the lion leading with courage and strength through inclusion. We often regard the lion as the king of the jungle. Yes, and the lion offers us another powerful example of leadership. While lions are strong and courageous, they are also part of a pride. They lead not as individuals, but as part of a collective. The strength of a lion comes from the support of the pride. Each member plays a role in ensuring the pride's survival and success. Let's go into Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1. It says, "The wicked flee, though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion." The lion's courage is not about ruling others, but about leading with strength and integrity. Inclusive leadership means recognizing the strengths of others and empowering them to contribute to the overall success of the group. And just as a lion leads its pride through courage, wise leaders create an environment where every individual feels empowered to lead in their own right. Inclusive leaders are not threatened at all by the talents and abilities of others. Rather, they celebrate diversity and encourage everyone to bring their best to the table. As a leader, I want you to reflect on these questions. Are you creating an environment where others are empowered to lead? Do you embrace the strengths of your team rather than trying to control or limit their potential? Let's also look at Mahatma Gandhi, a legacy of inclusive leadership. In the world of great leaders, one figure stands out for his unwavering commitment to inclusivity, and that's Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi, who was the leader of India's non-violent independence movement, understood the power of inclusive leadership in ways that changed the world. His leadership wasn't about exclusion or control. Instead, it was about empowering the marginalized. It was about giving voice to the voiceless and advocating for the rights and dignity of every individual. Gandhi's famous words were, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." Those words remind us that inclusive leadership starts with us as leaders. It's about leading by example. It's about showing respect for others and striving for a world where everyone has the opportunity to contribute and thrive. Gandhi's leadership was rooted in his belief in unity through diversity. He worked tirelessly to bring together people from all walks of life, regardless of caste, religion, or background, fostering a sense of belonging and collective purpose. Let us look into practical steps for embracing inclusive leadership. Now that we have explored these stories and examples, let's turn to these 5 practical steps that I will be sharing with you. And I want you to grab a pen and notepad and write down as much as you possibly can. Number 1, you must listen and learn. Inclusive leaders actively listen to the voices of those around them, especially those who are often unheard. There's so many of them right there. Pay attention to them. Take time to understand different perspectives and make space for everyone to contribute. Secondly, empower others. Just like Deborah, you must empower others to take leadership roles, regardless of their background or status. True leaders lift others up. I want you to repeat that after me. Say, true leaders lift others up. And thirdly, celebrate diversity. It means you have to constantly recognize that diversity brings strength. Just as the eagle soars together with its mate, foster collaboration and teamwork where everyone's unique gifts contribute to the whole. And fourthly, lead with courage and integrity. We cannot say this enough. Just like the lion, you must lead with strength, but also with humility. Recognize that true power comes from unity and collective strength. And lastly, you must advocate for equality. Just like Gandhi, be an advocate for marginalized. Ensure that everyone, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to contribute and succeed. I don't know where you're listening to me from right now, but I want you to know that the power of inclusion is in your hands. In conclusion, inclusive leadership is not just a strategy, it is a mindset. It is about recognizing the inherent worth of every individual, fostering an environment where diversity is celebrated, and empowering others to bring their best selves to the table. When we lead inclusively, we create organizations and communities that are stronger, more innovative, and more united. As leaders, we have the responsibility and the privilege to build a legacy of inclusion. So, dear leaders, I leave you with this thought. What kind of leader do you want to be? Are you leading in a way that empowers others, embraces diversity, and fosters unity? The power of inclusive leadership lies in our ability to bring people together, to elevate them, and create lasting impact. Thank you. Stay blessed.
If you would like to become a sponsor of Voices of MCU, please go to the description, find the link, and connect with us.